I'm not your gossip girl, I'm the headline. Truth with a curve, baby, redefine. Welcome to the thirst trap. All the truth looks good in a tight wrap. We talk love, power, soul, and sin. Turn the world on, let the light in. Yeah, the thirst trap news. You'll drink it up, it's the real you. In between thirst promos, where every headline's a revelation.
Everybody hates the Jews.
No, don't say that about the Jews. That's anti-citrus.
You need to leave town now.
Why does everyone hate the Jews? I thought we were friends.
First of all, you refer to yourself in the third person. It's annoying, and we're
Right.
not friends.
But I thought the Jews was your greatest ally.
No, you're not. You blackmailed bun-buns with child pornography.
You know, it's really messed up, bro. I have a family.
No, that's anti-citrus. The Jews would never do that.
Just leave town and never show your box.
Oh,
here
man.
again.
All right, listen, punks. You're gonna give me $6 billion, or the feds are gonna find child pornography on your hard drives.
Everybody
Oh,
hates
man.
the Jews.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Brilliant. Brilliant, folks. How'd you like that? Welcome to my show. Oh, I wonder how many people that offended right off rip. You know, because that's how we do it here on Thirst Trap News. Oh, welcome, all my thirsty babes. Man, the juice. That juice. That was a good video. If you want to see that again, as soon as my live is done, play it back over, man. I'll be posting my live right after. And, now I think you can get badges on my profile and all that stuff. And I will be offering subscriptions on my profile now. So that's pretty exciting. My nightcap episode that happens on Sunday nights in lingerie will be for the subscribers only. Once a week, Sunday night, where you'll join me, for a whiskey and a little smoky smoke, All right. Yes, the juices. The juices are pure evil. Oh, and they'll be extorting other fruits and everything. Oh, man, the pulp-free Jew. Gas Jr. says, let's look and see who's all with me today. Oh, my gosh. Logan is here. Sahil's here. Boba Jamkan. Defar. Sully SG7. Todd. Oh, my gosh. Busy. Backwater fishing is here. How are you doing, my Cuban friend? Giants. Man, did you guys see the drama on my page? That fat, ugly blonde getting on my page defending Mondami. So mad that I was like, what are you guys celebrating? He's already lied to you. And then she got on every single one of my posts and was like, you're an idiot. You don't believe facts and all this stuff. And then I had some black guy get on there and tell me how, we just, I'm all of us brown and black people that are conservative think we're white or want to be white, which proved my entire point. And he was like, I was like, racist much? You think that we want to be conservative because we want to be white? Literally all while he's defending the fact that Trump did nothing for us. And that's the whole basis for his entire racist comment that he made at me. He was like, you can't prove all these wonderful things you just posted about Trump. And I was like, do you watch C-SPAN or do you watch ABC or CNN? Do you like watch the real news or do you just watch black supremacist Joy Reid talk? Because I think that's what you do. And then I have had marriage proposals all week. I've had someone say they would take a bullet for me. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm not making jest about that. That caught my attention. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it just, look, the sentiment I am appreciative of. I hopefully will never put you in a position to do that. But it hit me for a minute to realize, my words, really are mattering to people. And I got a really long message from someone. It was really sweet, actually. Let me go to it and I will read it to you guys. I've had people tell me they would jump in front of trains for me. So for all the hate that I'm getting, about like how I look like a trans person and I look like what was the other one? Oh yeah, like a horse face. And I must have stole my teeth from a horse and all that. So for all of that hate that I'm getting, I'm like, just there's some love being sent in the chat. I need to find this though, and I can't remember his name, but let me see. I asked him maybe if I do like a search. Let's see, can I share? Because I did ask for permission to share the message that they sent me, but I can't find it right now. But anyway, so how are all of you doing? Please let me know in the chat. I'm gonna say Shasau Samu 227. You says you're beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate that. My teeth are real. They're not from horses. Did you know if you go to the Capitol, you can see George Washington's wooden teeth in the display case? That is like the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my entire life. J. Logan, Seabiscuit was a champion. Thank you. Hold on. My real good gun is right there, but you can't see it because I got all these pretty clothes on. You would stand in line at the DMV for me? Man, that's a favor. That's a real favor. That might be bigger than a bullet. Dealing with all the inbred orangutans that are sitting there slapping their pens on the desk. Backwater Fishing says he's great today. It was the weekend, so it's all good. I think it was it him that sent me the message? Let me check. I think it might have been. Let me see. Okay, it was Backwater Fishing that sent me the message, and I just want to shout him out because he sent me such a sweet message on Wednesday. I try my best to respond to everybody, that shows love and support in the comments and in my DMs. But he says, "Hey, good morning. I want to personally thank you and commend you for your support and dedication to the movement and for being a strong voice for us all who are tired of the politics and the liberal left-wing party, aka the Socialist Communist Party. Also, thank you for being an inspiration to young women like my daughter, who's only 12 years old and will see a strong female leader as yourself speaking up and speaking out and not cower down. Thank you for your platform." And it just made me cry, like when I got that message, because I was just like, I don't think of myself as a role model. I'm a flawed woman. That's why I need Jesus in my life. But, it's a good message. It reminds me even though this is fun and games, we got a movement that we have to keep going forward, and what words do matter. And thank you. And yes, I will continue to try to be that example for for women. It is okay to stand up for traditional values and to be outside the box too, because Lord knows I am. I'm up here with Thirst Trap News doing conservative politics. So if that ain't outside the box, I don't know what is. All right. So let's get into before I get into what I have on the menu for you tonight, I need to just say, if I knew you from growing up, or we went to school together, or we were like young adults together and you found my page and, feel like getting yourself, that does not give you any leeway to try to get into a freaking moral argument with me. I'm not into that. Because if I was friends with you at any point at this stage in my life, I don't think you want to pick that fight with me. It's been many years. Just because you may have known me in the past doesn't mean that it's a free ticket to just go be an ass in my inbox. So I am married now. This lioness has got a big lion behind her. So watch your P's and Q's. If I point, he will run. All right. So now that I got that off my chest, I am also excited that it's going to be the weekend. Although for me, I don't really have a weekend. I'm just kind of have more fun working days on the weekend. Okay, my loves, let's get into the menu. Here we go. Socialist survivor warns about Mamdani. Sharia law is a trend, apparently. Muslim Brotherhood plan. Would you move to America? Islam is gay. Police limit free speech. Muslims against Mamdani. Al-Qaeda is here. Russians are sorry for New York. Asking Trump to ban Sharia law. Kidnapped in New York. Mamdani is holy war. Trump replies to Mamdani. Dearborn, Michigan hates America. Ban the burqa. Nicki MAGA Minaj. Church is so gay. Finally, some MAGA new metal. Fuck this transdouche in a locker room. And everyone hates juice. We started with that, but for those who missed it at the beginning, we're going to end with that one. So stick around. The best one is coming. All right. Welcome, Foral. Welcome. I got the first video coming up for you. Socialist survivor warns about Mamdani.
And I thought, if there's a country that is least likely to become a socialist country in the world, is the United States.
You moved to America from Venezuela,
Let me guess. This person must be from Cuba.
fleeing socialism
Venezuela,
and
okay.
Hugo Chavez. You live in New York City today. Zoran will be our next mayor. How does that make you feel?
Clearly, nobody's
If you're new to the show, just so you know, most of the videos I haven't seen production pulls in for me. They just know what I'm into. Of course, trending stuff and anything that I want them to cover. I'll see the first 3 to 10 seconds of a reel, and then I send it over to production and I stop watching. So most of these are, and I'll tell you if it isn't a raw live reaction, I'll tell you if I've seen it before. All right, continue on.
safe because we are the most prosperous and freest nation in the world, America. We're also the number one target for these people. The DSA is not an organic organization. Since World War II, since the Cold War, there are foreign powers trying to destroy America from the inside. I mean, why do you think the Cuban government funds spies? Why do you think China tries to do that? Why do you think Russia tries to influence US elections? Because they know that they cannot invade us, but they can try to conquer us democratically.
There's this signaling mechanism within a lot of culturally Marxist people, which is, even though Zoran comes from money, he likes to let the world know that he's one of the people by making videos where he's eating with his hand
I know, I
and
saw that. I hate it.
dressing like people from back in India. There's this act.
I noticed that, which some of you don't know my ethnicities. Everyone thinks I'm Latina. I'm not. I don't have a drop. I'm triracial. I am Euro, Afro, Asian by way of Scotland, Iceland, Finland. And that is my Pictish side. My dad is Pictish. My mother is from Trinidad. She came here legally. And she is well, the West Indies is West African and South Indian descent. So there you go. Your girl's great grandfather on mama's side, his last name was Singh, and he was a Sikh, and he was setting up businesses all in the Caribbean, and he was a government national for India. All right, getting back to our videos.
Signaling that I don't come from money and I'm just like y'all and I get to speak on the behalf of working class.
Chavez said literally, being rich is bad. Ser rico es malo.
Oh,
with
yeah.
a Rolex on his wrist.
Sounds like Joy Reid when she was like, can you believe they want generational wealth? They want to take us back to that. They want to keep their money. Ugh.
I mean, this is who the Marxists are. It's the same as Mamdani saying there should be no billionaires. At the same time, his mom is super rich and he has 3 wedding events. I am not criticizing his wealth. I am criticizing his hypocrisy. I never thought about social issues much. I thought about economic issues because
like the fact that the very first video Mamdani makes after he wins his election was never mind about me asking, telling me not to have give me money. Never mind that. I actually, he literally, did he not say things aren't free? He literally said, the fucking socialist said things aren't free. So I need you to give me some money. You bitch, you never worked a day in your fucking life. Now he's about to work. He ain't about to get no sleep. He about to manage an entire city. I'm more qualified than him. My corporate resume is VP, my dear.
a lot.
Oh, and by the way, I just have to give a little shout out to Young Political. I am on the board of. That is Joe Collins' company, nonprofit organization. He challenged Maxine Waters and sued her and won out in California when he was running for Congress. So check out Young Political, that website. Our mission is to get all the old guard and the old heads out of the Senate and Congress and get the youth into Congress. Because, the Conservative Party, by the way, we need to bring the white women back. Hello, y'all need to come back. We need more lipstick and heels. We need women sashaying and using what God gave them, God and their mama gave them, to their benefit in the right way. Get it? See what I did there? The right way.
We are against socialism, at least in my family.
Are you saying that in Venezuela people don't obsess over gender stuff?
No, because we're not rich enough to do it. And I thought if there's a country that is least likely to...
Yeah. So, but they won't listen. They won't listen because all of these kids, the millennials, the elder millennials and the young Gen Xers done fucked up. We told our kids that there ain't no social security left. We told them that we're broke, America's broke, and now they developed like nihilist freaking attitudes, and they literally want to live like hippies on a commune. They don't want the responsibility of that capitalism brings. They just don't. And my two kids, my two daughters in particular, are very different. One is nihilist, she's Gen Z, and the other one's Gen A, who is like mama's clone. She's an entrepreneur through and through. She's gonna end up with double the businesses I have. Okay, so let's look at the chat. Let's see, is there anything that I missed? I saw a couple people joined. If you haven't said hello in the chat, just say hi to me. I want to know. Hello from California. Hi, Giants 49ers. No, you're not from California. The first sports shirt I ever bought was from San Francisco. Yeah. And I almost got mugged by a bum. And I was only like 21. And now I'm 40. That was a long time ago. That's one of those memories that will stick with me. I came in at a weird time, just flexing. Ronald Long. Okay. I refuse to wear my glasses. Oh man, Preston Keyjoin and Thomas Hackman. Welcome everybody. It's so happy to see you all. Okay, our next video is for all the ladies who just are all in love with Mondani's stupid grin. Share a lot is a trend, apparently.
Name is Mondani.
Ew.
Real law starts now. Absolutely. Zahran Mamdani, Islamic Caliphate,
The-
our brother in Islam, Islamic Caliphate of New York starts today, baby.
God,
Ew.
there's something so electric, so satisfying about knowing that my MAGA parents, wherever they are probably having a horrible night tonight. Ah!
That's my oldest daughter. That's my oldest daughter. Not her literally, but that's what my oldest daughter is probably saying.
I literally just got goosebumps thinking about it. Like they are in such a bad mood, probably.
Ew.
It's a scary day when you see people say you wanted to move to a Muslim country, but your city just became one, and cheering about Sharia law. Sharia law.
You saw her. She was like, I wanted to move to a Muslim country, and New York City just became one. Stay with me in the show, guys. I got so much goodies for this. So much goodies.
Law is not a costume, it's not a fashion trend. It's a legal system in some countries that severely restrict women's rights. Women living under Sharia law are forced to wear specific clothing like a hijab, need a male's permission to work, travel, or make basic life choices, and they're denied the ability to protest or advocate for themselves. So when you say things like that and you're satisfied your MAGA parents are upset, here's what that actually means. If you claim to support feminism, choice, and women's rights, cheering for a system that removes those rights is the exact opposite of that. Women under Sharia.
But why is it that the logic is never part of the equation with them? That's what I don't understand. It's like they have, what I think a lot of the real issue is that they have a, what do you call it? Self-deprecation like thing. They want to be humiliated in public. They get a high out of it. I don't know. I need to do something with this chair. So I'm going to sit over here. I don't know if you want to adjust the view because this microphone has been like trying to make me DT it all night, and I don't like that. I don't like the microphone trying to DT me. No. Okay, Greg DeMaio says, damn, is that at me? Excuse me, did I do something wrong? Salty Ship, welcome. Oh my gosh. PJ Grandma. Hey, I love having the grandmas in here. Oh my gosh, I get along so good with all the grandmas. Ziggy says, hello, old fart. I'm kidding. Hello, beautiful. Hey, Ziggy. I see you, boo. I'm doing good. How are you? But he said 40 years old, I'll need a crane soon. Hey, Ziggy, take it easy. I just got ripe. That's what Judge Joe Brown told me anyway. So I believe him. All right. So, hold on. Let me keep looking. He said his phone died and he's back on. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you backwater. Liberal retards are great entertainment. Yeah, they are. Logan was with me today on one ugly, fat, blonde bench going to town on me. Oh my gosh. And then she blocked me when I told everybody that was jumping on her. I was like, it's easy to see why she hates me. Just go click on her profile. And she was a looker. But it's fine. I told her I don't really listen to men who dress like women. And then she blocked me. And then the Austrian painter. Oh, I know you're talking about an Austrian painter, but that sounds like a horse at the same time. I love horses and dogs and cats. So, sometimes I will take things out of context to make anything about dogs, cats, and horses. Okay, back to our video.
Sharia law don't have a choice and you're celebrating it. Celebrating this isn't progressive or empowering. It's ignoring the fact that women are still fighting around the world to have basic autonomy and safety.
Name is Mamdani.
There it goes.
Now.
Listen. No, let it play.
Zahran Mamdani, Islamic Caliphate, our brother in
I love the caliphate, she said. My brother in Islam, she said. I bet her parents are fucking dying right now. She can go see the Austrian painter. I wonder what he'd have to say.
Islamic Caliphate of New York starts today, baby!
God, there is just something so electric, so satisfying about knowing that my MAGA parents, wherever they are.
Okay, we don't have to watch it twice. But sorry, Logan. You know what though? But sometimes it wasn't, my dear. I didn't mean to put you on the sacrificial chopping block, but I had to make a point. I had to, anybody else besides you coming, listening to her crazy. This quality looks different. Can you shrink it back down and then move it over? Back. It changed. Did you expand it and then move it over? No? Okay. All right. But yes, I didn't mean to put you on the chopping block. I had to make a point so that anybody else could go and look at her page, because literally this is what it's about. It's about looks with the liberals. All they do is they look and they judge. If you're beautiful, if you're white, if you're black, if you're Hispanic, if you're Asian, like literally that everything ties around to your race with them. And she was just a big fat ugly cow, and she just didn't, I didn't need to say anything. I just was like, hey, go look at her. Look at her page. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate you. Logan's cussing me out right now for making him go look at a fat girl's page. She was being mean to me. It's because she doesn't like Trump, because she's not smart. She don't have an IQ. She thought she was smart, and she ended up blocking me. Interesting. All right. Next video, folks. I am on a tear with the Muslims, okay? So if you're going to get offended, you might want to close my live. All right. Muslim Brotherhood plan. Here we go.
I am holding in my hand the Muslim Brotherhood plan for the destruction of the United States. The title of the plan is مذكرة تفسيرية للهدف الاستراتيجي العام للجماعة في أمريكا الشمالية. You all got that? An explanatory memorandum.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
For the general strategic goal for the group, the Muslim Brotherhood in North America, written 5/22/1991. Understanding the role of the Muslim Brother in North America. The process of settlement is a civilization jihadist process with all the word means. The Ikhwan, which is the Arabic word for brothers, must understand that their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging.
The one thing I love about the internet is how old things get dug up. It's so funny to me how these people go on and on and on about Trump being a PDF file, they claim. Yet Biden married his kid's babysitter, and Miss Jill Biden, who was busy teaching children, admitted they got together when she was 17. Oh, and they're busy saying Trump is a racist. Well, I'm 40 years old. I remember the news when it was actual news. I remember watching Biden say on live TV, in the halls of the Senate, while my dad was watching it live, him going, black children are animals. They're from the jungle, and I don't want my children going to school with these monkeys. You know what I'm saying? That's how much they hate Trump. They'll vote for the actual racist, the actual PDF file. It's fucking wild, man.
Its miserable house by their hands and the hands of the believers, so that it is eliminated and Allah's religion is made victorious over all other religions. They don't mince words, do they? But the most important page of this document is the last page. They list 29 front Islamic organizations set up in the United States with the specific goal of sabotaging America from within and destroying America by our own hands. Number one.
By our own hands. And look at where she is. Look at where she is. She's at a United States forum, a council. I can't see the whole thing, but this has been a plan going on for like 5 or 6 decades. 5 or 6 decades. The Middle East has been trying to, everybody in the East has been trying to take us. The Bible talks about the king of the north, the king of the south. And that Armageddon would come when the king of the north fell. Or when the king of the south, when the king of the north fell.
One on the list is ISNA, Islamic Society of North America. They are now advisors to President Obama about Middle East policy. So we not only have the fox watching the hen house, we have the fox inside.
Who'd she point to? Who'd she point to? Our friend, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. Literally, how disrespectful to the country. We elect a president with a Middle Eastern background. If 9/11 was true and the Saudis were the ones that bombed, I say bombed because I know the truth. Sorry, flew planes into the towers. Why would you elect that? Also, Mamdani, you're going to elect a Muslim to be mayor of the city where the Twin Towers were suicide bombed by Al Qaeda. The disrespect that's happening before our very eyes. And I don't understand why we don't have more people on podcasts talking about this, because we need to be very rebellious right now to protect what is right and what is wrong, and to protect Western society, because Western society was built on Christian standards, which makes you already born into an advantage safety-wise. You're at third base already. Safety-wise, because our government was constructed on Christian values, whether you like Christianity or not. I mean, y'all, my loyal people know I'm a Christo-pagan, so I very much acknowledge the divinity of Jesus Christ, and I very much understand why you should create government based off his message of love, because love is to be put before what is right. Right means what is legal and lawful, but is it good? And that is what love is. And Sharia law does not coincide with Western society and love of any sort. It is all about oppression. Of what? The feminine wile, the sexual prowess of the woman, because of the danger it poses to the male brain. Yeah, it's true women have a certain prowess because we're smaller and not as strong, but that's what we're designed for, and men are designed to use one side of their brain so they can go to war. Well, some over there got real insecure about that, and they start fucking little boys too. You know, that's a thing over there.
The White House dictating policy in the ear of the president. As a matter of fact, we in the United States have 150 terrorist organizations right now operating in America, and these are the ones we know about. I am holding in my...
She presented this at a legit forum. That shit is real. That is the whole reason also for the open border. Because while you have the masses of innocent people that are responding to this entire, oh, you can come into our country, we have incentives, we have housing, we have this, that, and the other. You've got all these terrorists coming in freely without being checked. You know what I'm saying? And that's been the danger of the whole thing. You don't know who's coming in. I don't care how many people that they have to tell get in line that have urgency to get here. I don't care, because there's, for every person escaping some war-torn area, how many terrorists are getting in? It was by far men of fighting age coming in that were bringing in children that weren't even theirs. So there's that. Okay. So let's look at the chitty chat. Okay, we got DJ Mackenzie, Huvok, Robert, Jojo, Jesse Lopez. Jesse Lopez has my namesake. Girl boss, what's up? We got a chick in here finally. A girl. No offense, fellas. I love you both. You all. Yes, JT. You said something about the jungle comment. Yes, that was wild. All right. Gotta stay strapped and vigilant. Absolutely. The Trojan horse to destroy us from within. Exactly. Just like what they did to Rome. You know, destabilize the country socially, starve them out. Easy prey. Right? All right. On that topic, next video. Would you move to America?
Ever since I moved to the States as an immigrant, mate, people come up to me and say, Jack, why would you move to America and be an immigrant? This country's a fascist dictatorship.
Hey, mate, I love your accent there.
What the fuck are you talking about? Coming from an immigrant, mate? Shut the fuck up, cunt. You wouldn't know a dictator if it bit you on the ass, mate. People here don't understand that, though. You got all these people complaining all the time, acting like this place is normal.
Right, because ironically, the people who are rooting for the dictators are the ones that are confused about their gender. And in any country where they are Marxists or fascists or anything of the like, they will kill your ass for being such.
North Korea. You always hear these transgenders, mate, walking around. America sucks! Mate, if America was a fascist dictatorship, they wouldn't be letting you chop your cock off. Let's be
Exactly! Chop your cock off.
Fucking honest. And you wouldn't be able
I've always said it. If having genitals doesn't affirm your gender, I don't know how chopping them off does.
to speak your mind, and you wouldn't be able to gather and protest all the time like retards. You'd be in the fucking mines, mate. You'd be mining cobalt. Whenever
I think now forever I'm going to say retard like this. Retards.
I see someone burning the flag in America, I instantly think they're fucking retarded. I can't believe some people in this place don't understand how good they got it. You got freedom of speech, right to assembly, you can defend yourself with your own weapons. Like, that shit's insane. Just look at
Amen, brother. People do not know how good they have it here in the U.S. That's why I say it every day, and I'll keep posting it every day. God bless America. MAGA all day. America, 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 America. America first. Yeehaw. We are some fucking badasses, and we can't let the kids fucking forget it. They need to know it. We ain't these little bitches, gender confused bitches, fairies.
the stats for the UK. They throw thousands of people in jail a year for Facebook posts and tweets. You want to hear it from the horse's mouth, mate. I'm an immigrant, and I'll tell you, America rocks, mate. Anyways, peace out. God bless America, mate.
Ever since Slow Jack. His name is Slow Jack. If you SLOEJAK, if you're interested in following him. Yes, thank you, Slow Jack. He's cutie too. Those Aussie boys are always pretty cute. All right. Did you guys know that Islam is gay?
The gays are supporting Islam. They don't know what's going to happen to them. Once they go to the Jews, they're going to go to the Christians, then they're going to go to the gays. They don't know that.
Here's the order.
Gays are supporting Islam. They don't know what's going to happen to them.
They're going to go to the Jews, they're going to go with the Christians, and
once they go to the Jews, they're going to go to the Christians, then they're going to go to the gays.
The gays.
They don't know that. The gays are
but they don't know that. You know why they're going to do that? Because their freaking Bible, holy book, whatever, demands it. Caesar in the chat, he says, my screen just went blank. Caesar in the chat says, I spent time in Cuba and couldn't get back here fast enough. Missed the ground after I cleared customs in Miami. Kissed the ground, he meant to say, after I cleared customs in Miami International Airport. Welcome, brother. My husband is Cuban, so welcome to being American. It is the best country on earth. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right. And if they do, sick me on them. I got your back. Pez System, welcome. Rudd Fender, welcome. Mason Truth. Hey, I like that screen name. Welcome to the chat. Luis Gonzalez, Paul. Yeah, Caesar, we got it. We knew you meant kiss the ground. You're good. And Rolls Royce Inc. joined. Hi, Rolls Royce Inc. Nice to see you in my chat. I got another video coming up for you guys. Y'all know I'm on one with this Islam thing. This Muslim thing. I have to protect my American ladies. I got to. I can't sit by and watch this shit. All right. Because if we don't... Oh, yeah. We just watched that last video where the cute Aussie was saying how America fucking rocks because people in other countries are getting arrested for the things they say online, for their opinions. And mind you, let me add, Pam Bondi is on camera saying that hate speech is illegal. Excuse me, no it isn't. I can say what I hate. If God can say what he hates in the Bible, I can say what I hate because that is an opinion. And my opinion is that I hate what is bad and I hate what God hates. And even if I loved what Satan loved and any Rubik's Cube form of that sentence could exist, you can't make it illegal because it's free speech and it's protected by the First Amendment. But what isn't protected by the First Amendment, Miss Pam Bondi, and I can't believe that me, a psych major, a forensic psych major, is telling you this. It is telling someone you'll kill them. That is not free speech. So hate speech, I'm sorry, my dear, we don't like it, but hate speech is free speech. Pam Bondi. Durr. This is how she looks all the time. She always looks like, and so, I think she's autistic or something, because, like, the way she talks is very, I don't know, it's very empty. It's like, no, and how dare you, it's like she's talking to a 3-year-old all the time. That's what it's like. Okay, anyway, let's watch police limit free speech over in my ancestors' country of the continent of the UK.
What? You don't push me! Stand away from me right now! You have to stand up to Toddy before it's too late! We don't have time anymore! We don't have time to mess around! This march is here to warn you about
digital ID!
It's going to be linked to a social credit system, and you have a chance now to stand up against it!
Excuse me.
It's going to be used as a control mechanism like in China, how they've got a social credit system.
Y'all need to be paying attention to this digital ID thing. It's already here. I've seen it in the airport in Washington, D.C. This is very bad. Y'all gotta be ready to go to war. I'm telling you, it's coming. Y'all been wanting it. It's coming. It's coming. Whether it's between Shira law and the Masonic NWO takeover to gain your body. Your body is the most valuable thing that they can have, your biometrics. So be warned.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me. I'm talking to people because I'm allowed to. I've got free speech. I'm allowed to speak to people, and we're here to warn you.
You're also going to have to realize to pick your battles too, because you won't have Israel as an ally fighting against digital ID, but you will fighting against Muslim law. So pick your battles. You know, it's always good to be a free and independent agent, just like God made you to be. Because not everything can be clumped into one cult or this cult's rule book. You got to do what's going to make you feel right at the end of the day, because when we die, no one really knows until we die what happens, right? We got to get there to know for yourself truly what happens, and you don't want to be on the shit end of the stick. It doesn't matter what religion you believe. Just get down into quantum physics. There's lower vibration and the higher vibration. There's lower quantum realms and higher quantum realms. Where do you want to be? Welcome, Web Frito. Started following me from the live. So awesome to have you here with me. Y'all, look, don't make this little girl do this by herself. We're Americans. And remember, we still got lots of real men on the right. When it's down to it, this is going to have to be everybody right here over digital ID. It's not going to matter if you're right or left. This is about literally your freedom. Your biometrics should be yours and yours alone. This is, think about it. If your ID can go digital, they can literally create crimes digitally that you didn't commit. They can tell you you can't eat. Oh, you're farting too much. No more red meat. They can tell you, oh, here, I'm not starting your car because you were caught. I'm not going to let your car start because you're on, what do they call that one from the court with the home thing? house arrest for 3 days because you were caught flipping the bird to somebody in traffic. You know what I'm saying? So this is just all very, very, very bad. And it connects to a lot of different things. Digital currency, the centralized digital currency, global currency they're trying to create as well. So, backwater fishing says capitalism gives you the freedom to rise. It rewards effort, invention, and determination. Socialism kills that fire. It punishes success and spreads dependence. The wonderful thing about capitalism is that you are the only one who determines your salary in capitalism. You and you alone. If you are content working your McDonald's job, that's fine. And nobody is going to, if that makes you happy, nobody's going to tell you you shouldn't do that to be a fry cook at a fast food restaurant. My grandma, my little Scottish grandma, loved working at McDonald's and Wendy's, and she loved working on the floor in the front of the house because she liked to talk to everybody. You'll know where I get it from. So, that was what made her happy. If you want to be a CEO of something, like, that's what gives you the freedom to fucking do it. And that's what threatens the elites is, why do you think we take SAT? So they can know who the next Mensas are, so they can know who the next geniuses are and who to keep down and who to absorb into their demonic elite system. And anybody that is a free agent that is not part of their cult is a threat to them, that has any sort of genius, brilliance, street smarts, creativity, wisdom, intelligence, etc. So yeah, keep everyone equally poor is what socialism is. You know what I mean? Keep everyone equally fucking poor. That's what it is. All right, back to my Muslim rant. Muslims against Mamdani. Mamdani.
We are Muslims against Mamdani. Ask us why.
Why are you against Mamdani?
First of all, do you know that Mamdani is supporting decriminalization of prostitution?
No. We don't want that.
No, we don't want that. Which is an NYC law that prostitution is not allowed.
Yeah.
And we are against it because every single religion of the world against prostitution creates morality issues. It brings a lot of disease. Do you want that?
No.
No.
That shouldn't be happening at all.
When there is prostitution,
Right.
there is a human trafficking.
The saddest thing is, like, none of them ever even studied Muslim. None of these kids even studied Islam. I mean, and once you start to actually tell them what's in it, then they're like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Same thing with the Torah and the Talmud. I have a tab on my profile page right underneath my About Me that's got the Bible and the Talmud. Literally, when you start to read what's in the Talmud, you have a whole different opinion on Judaism and Israel as a state, because they view anybody who's not Jewish to be a beast, to be a goyim. Anyone, they believe anyone worthy of anybody who reads the Talmud, it's not Jewish, is worthy of death. And the Muslims believe that anybody who protests against Islam is worthy of death.
I had no idea.
When there's a human trafficking, there's a drug trafficking. Can you imagine what he's doing?
Honestly, I don't agree with it. What made you want to do this type of thing?
Because he's Muslim and we are Muslim and we are saying you're doing a wrong thing. It's against the law, it's against the faith, and he's defunding the police.
That's what I heard, yeah.
So you're from New York, right?
Yeah.
As you know how much crime is going on.
Yeah.
Imagine if you have less police, do you feel safe at that time?
I don't think so.
Police working very bravely, very tirelessly for our community.
Mamdani already put a tweet out saying that they need to ban all guns.
To keep us safe. No need to give the salary to police. Why? There will be no jail. There will be no police. You just imagine.
I actually love your point because I didn't know that.
You can't give somebody like that power.
Zach, you guys are Muslims too, and you guys don't support him.
He's not Muslim.
Right.
He does not. He's self-proclaimed Hindu. Whenever he goes.
Okay, so they're making the claim that he's not Muslim and that he proclaims Hindu.
Goes to a mosque, he says, I'm a Muslim. Whenever he goes to a mandir, Hindu mandir, he says, my mother was Hindu. He is misleading people. Just want to get the vote.
He lies about everything.
Yeah.
That man that was talking about Hindu, by the way, is Indian. Yeah, no kidding. The chat says New York is fucked. You ain't lying.
Yes. It's all that propaganda, you see what I'm saying? They want to get the people riled up. He's an American who hides behind the concept of a religion.
Yeah, correct. He's using it, everything.
He is the wrong person to be a mayor for this great city.
He can say many things, but actuality will not be able to establish fair policy.
If you're against Mondani, then who are you with?
I am voting for Como.
Como is all right, mayor.
I think we're all on the same page.
You guys being out here is really cool because I gotta learn from people that are older, people that have more wisdom, so it's like...
See? That kid said, I got to learn from people who are older, people with more wisdom. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. It really, honestly, the thirst trap's a joke. It's just really to get people here. I like dressing sexy. It's just a joke. When I ran for Congress, they try to be all over me that I was a hoe. So this is kind of when I made my debut back out into politics. It was my way of saying like, fuck you guys. I'm beating you to the punch. But that's why I do this, because there are kids out there that need to hear the truth. Because on my mom's side, I am a daughter of an immigrant. I'm first generation American on my mom's side. On my dad's side, I'm fifth generation. So I have both perspectives. I also have the perspective of growing up in a cult and then coming out into the world, realizing the whole world's still in a cult. I have a really unique perspective in life. And also my grandfather's uncle was the vice president of the United States. Well, he called him uncle, but he was in actuality a great uncle. So I have like just such a unique position, some privileged position to be able to have a perspective on like so many things that really apply and matter today. And I have like first person perspective with all these things. So, I can't not talk. I'm also very spiritually connected. I mean, anybody who's been following me for a while knows that. Let's see who's joined the chat. Bram Frank, welcome. Ray Jr., welcome. Mario, welcome. Grant, welcome. Mike, welcome. All right. So, let me let this finish playing. Go ahead.
Like, I really respect and I really honor what you're doing.
It was great meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What do you think? That Mamdani should be the mayor?
I don't think so.
I'm not his fan.
Should they vote Mamdani or Como?
Como.
Como.
Como. I'm on board. We are more.
They changed their minds, didn't they? Real quick. I really feel like when you put certain logic out there, I think some people online are just like fucking trolls, and they know that you're right, and they just have a good time. Hell, that fat blonde Dixie chick, fat bitch, looks like she stinks, said to me today, I just like annoying people who are stupid. Oh, you mean people who are prettier than you because you're literally wearing like 3 inches of clothes and you still only have like 85 followers. So gross. Put some clothes on. There's a way to be sexy, and it damn sure ain't trashy like that. Blech. Okay. Did you know Al Qaeda's here? Did you know that?
How this isn't being blasted everywhere between creators and the news, but everyone needs to share this. Opening up the southern border and allowing it to go unchecked for years and millions of people coming in that weren't vetted had to be the biggest act of treason in American history, and I'm about to tell you why. Because Al Qaeda is in this country right now. The National Counterterrorism Center just put out a memo about this to all law enforcement. Over 1,000 highly trained operatives from Al Qaeda have gotten into this country via the southern border. They have come from training camps all throughout the Middle East, and they are confirmed to be planning a massive multi-city attack. They are also uniformed to be disguised as law enforcement, first responders, and medical employees. These individuals want to obliterate Western civilization, and they can do it because we cannot find them because of our previous open border. We have no idea who they are, but it is confirmed that they are here and planning these attacks. So if you are someone that lives in a major city or work around a major hub, you need to stay off your phone in public, be vigilant, especially around hospitals, police cars, etc. You need to be aware of your surroundings, make sure that your law enforcement is up to date on this information, and be...
I'll say this. She's talking to someone with credibility, because I had so when Biden got in office, and they opened the border, my best friend at the time, she was in the Air Force, and they had an emergency meeting, and she called, I was like, tell me the dates. I mean, I know she can't say a lot, but I had to say it. You know what I mean? I had to be like, tell me what they said. So she's like, all I can tell you is take your gun everywhere with you, everywhere at all times, and stay aware of your surroundings. And her and I talk. So I didn't have to ask her any more questions to know exactly that she meant this. And it's so crazy to see someone this roll around 5 years later, almost verbatim, my conversation with her.
Be aware of any confirmed or theorized sleeper cells. This is a very, very, very real threat. None of this has been exaggerated. And be aware that the goal of these attacks is mass casualty. Again,
one thing that's very smart for you as parents to give your children something that would be legal for them to carry that they can't get in trouble for. Instead of mace, give them bear spray. Not bear spray, dog spray. It's the same thing as bear spray. It's literally the same amount of capsicum as bear spray. So if you give them dog spray and just train them to tell whoever finds it that, they got bit by a dog once, so they're carrying it, it'll be fine. But that is legal for your child to carry. And they might have to start defying some rules too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's their natural right to be able to bear arms and protect themselves, even our minors. So parents, like, teach your children fluency with weapons of your choice, because I did that with my daughters. My daughters know how to use high power rifles and pistols. And my daughters took self-defense and Krav Maga, and they know how to defend themselves. And I told my daughters, if you are going to be taken, and if you're taken and you know you're going to die, put up the dirtiest fight you can put up. Give me DNA under your nails, under your teeth. Also, I taught them all the soft spots of the body. But, I told them, fight dirty, fight as dirty as possible. And if things are to go down, this is why they have us divided politically, so that you question who your ally is in the heat of a moment. If they're successful at what they do, we're going to need to rely on each other as Americans. And remember, at the end of the day, we are motherfucking Americans, and that is the only thing that needs to fucking matter right now, because we have XYZ foreigners over here trying to do a takeover, and it's really not going to fucking matter to me. Luna Lopez isn't going to give a fuck if you like to wear, if you're a man and you like to wear a fucking skirt. Can you shoot a gun? Can you, are you a good shot? If you're not a good shot, can you make mass amounts of food? Can you, are you squeamish of blood? Can you do stitches? Like, that's what Luna's going to be thinking. I'm not going to care if you're a hooker, a Democrat, a Republican, a fry cook, a surgeon. I don't give a fuck. Are you willing to freaking do what needs to be done if a foreign country comes and starts war with us? Because that is the whole reason why they have us fighting, is so that we're not like that. So we forget which one's Americans. That's how. And there's literally, I've got 3 code questions. I don't know what side you're on. I'll tell you one. Here's a good one. How many times did Donald Trump win an election? That's if there's civil war and you need to find out who side you're on a civil war. In a foreign situation, ask them a Russia question about Russia and Trump. Ask them if Trump colluded with Russia. See what they say. If they say nope, they're Russian. If they say yep, they're American, let the American in. I kid. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we're fucking Americans, and there's gonna come a day, hands down. This is not a hyperbole, a metaphor, a what if. There will come a day where you need to care about that and only that. Seriously. That's why they have us fighting. because that day is coming. Welcome, Cito, Bert, Kev. All right, I got another video coming up. The Russians, they say they're sorry for New York.
Russian community is extremely sorry for New York City. We all woke up to shocking news. Most shocking that Americans do not understand.
Can I just pause to say she's beautiful? Why are Russian women always so beautiful?
Understand what's going on. A lot of Russians commented that trees chose the axe. This is extremely surprising to me that Americans don't see that they're choosing and going towards socialism and communism. Moreover, when I took my civic test to become American citizen, one of the questions was, what is the greatest threat to America and American system? And the answer is communism. But maybe you don't understand what communism is.
No,
Russians
they don't.
need to remind you because
Yes,
we
they
live
do.
there. We don't want this here. Russians are not against Muslims. A lot of Russia is Muslim.
How many of you are following me from the video where I said, thank God for ICE, because my mom didn't leave her country to get away from human trafficking just to have it brought here? How many of you are here because of that video? That is exactly what she's saying. How many liberals got on my page and called me a racist for saying that? It's fucking sad.
We are against sects and radical extremist movements, just to clarify. I think what happened to New York City.
And Russia actually outlawed the the cult I grew up in, the Jehovah's Witnesses. They banned them because they are radical and extremists.
Is the greatest loss in American history. You don't understand what America is. America is a country that gives equal opportunity to everybody. If you're lazy, you don't want to work, you get what you deserve. And all immigrants are coming here to get the opportunity. When you are equalized by the government, it means the opportunity is taken away from you.
That's right,
How you
baby.
don't understand this. And this is the opposite of what America is. I am an immigrant. And technically, you would say that I'm supposed to support him and support this, but I'm a Russian immigrant. Country that fell. Everybody lost everything. One day in 1991, all Russians woke up and they lost everything. Everything that was in their savings accounts, bank accounts, it was gone. The country.
We're headed there. You heard that? They took everything. They took it all, especially with this digital ID. Y'all gotta start talking to it. It can't just be me out here. Y'all gotta be, you don't have to start a show, or you don't have to answer the call when someone asks you to do a show. But what you can do is you can talk to these young kids, and you can talk to your neighbors, you can talk to your friends. If they choose to not be friends with you because of that, they shouldn't be your friend. But you need to tell everybody everywhere you go. You need to find a way to make an evangelical presence of it almost.
Failed because it was on the road of socialism. It is hard to be competitive in market economy because you have to provide good service. You have to work hard. If you're just stealing from those who are working hard and giving it away to minorities and immigrants, the system is gonna fall. All this money that you're getting from wealthy people, they will go somewhere else. And Russia will say, do not cut the tree you're sitting on. Let me know in comments what you're thinking. And where
she just hands down dismantled everything a liberal says about what Trump is doing. Trump would never want wealthy people to leave America. So, literally everything Trump is doing is to make America and Americans wealthy again. And this girl is literally trying to... I'm glad. Man, the women are getting mad. I'm seeing more and more women, female accounts like mine popping up. The women are getting mad. I started this fight in 2020 when I saw COVID go down and I ran for Congress. And I told those fuckers I wasn't going anywhere. Wow. Oh, damn it. I just caught a gnat, a fruit fly, and then let it go because I didn't think I caught it, but I actually did. Damn it. Oh, well. All right. Next video. Asking Trump to ban Sharia law.
America, I asked President Donald J. Trump to ban Sharia law in America, in Puerto Rico, and across all U.S. territories.
You don't like our laws? Get the fuck out of America!
I love her. She gives me what's her name? Rosario Dawson or something? Rosie Perez vibes. I agree. Get the fuck go. You can leave. Seriously, why are you trying to take us backwards? You're literally trying. Oh my God. Sometimes I get tears in my eyes over these things. Because my babies have to walk around in this world one day without me around to protect them. That's why it bothers me so bad.
Assimilate or leave. This is not hate.
Yes. Assimilate or leave. That's why you got to come in the legal way. You got to learn English. You got to learn the Constitution. And you got to swear your oath of loyalty to this country if we ever go to war. So we can trust your motherfucking ass coming from another one. Otherwise, how do we know you're not an op? Hello.
What we say is with truth and love.
That's like Americans going over to Italy and being like, no, you will, like demanding that we change all of their architecture and all of their food, all of their customs to appease us. They'd kick us right the fuck back out.
We will not be silent. You will not use the Constitution against us. You will not use your religion against us. Practice your religion, but it's not going to supersede America, the Constitution, and the people that we are. We love the melting pot. This is America, and it's going to stay.
And what blends the melting pot is if we can get past religion and understand what God actually is. God is a spiritual concept, not a religious concept. Idols are a religious concept. God, the all, the everything, the infinite, the intelligence woven into the universe, love, time, math. That is God. And when you tap in and surpass books written by men, go out into a field, sit with your legs crossed, meditate quietly, and let whatever happen during your meditation. Hear the heartbeat of the earth. You start to hear God. Spirituality is what brings everyone together, because you can fight all day long over religion. Case in point, Islam is trying to take over Western Christian hemisphere. Spirituality is the answer. If you don't know, go look at my episode 20 of Thirst Trap News. On Sundays, I talk about spiritual things for Thirst Trap News, and then on Sunday night, after my spiritual discussion, I even it out cosmically and quantumly, and I do the nightcap for my subscribers only in lingerie.
Stay that way. If you can't assimilate, you gotta go. That's it. You gotta go. Thank you.
Thank you.
No comunismo! No to comunismo! No to comunismo!
No communists! No communists! We back the police! We need you guys! We need the police!
Yeah, we
no
do.
Communists! We need the police!
I wish I could be with them up there protesting anymore. I should really make those
America! USA!
Look, in the chat. Oh, shoot. My screen just went freaking blank again. There we go. In the chat, did you hear about the time machine? You can go back in time 1,400 years by converting to Islam. You know, funny side note, I'm going to have a lot of trust for you guys right now. My grandfather, the one who called his great uncle, the uncle who was the vice president for one of the Roosevelts. My direct descendant is John Nance Garner. He was the vice president. My family from Scotland, they were Masons. And my grandfather left the Mason religion. And he told me he did that after he got abducted by aliens. I was 10 years old when he told me this. I didn't know the implications to everything. But seeing as everything they've been talking about lately, seems my grandpa was totally telling me the truth. All right. Let's see. Yes. Can you hear me better now? Production told me my mic right at the same time that you guys had my back. Thank you for having my back. Thank you for letting me know when there's glitches in the show. They said turn up the volume a little bit. Is it? Here we go. All right. So now, how's that? Is that good? All right. Something off with it. Couldn't hear you there. Ooh, Ooh, you know what? I'm going to take that as a sign that y'all were not meant to hear that yet. I just revealed something about my lineage. And I'm going to take that as a sign that y'all were not meant to hear that. There you go. There's God having my back right there. I'm sure maybe a couple people probably heard it. But those who are meant to hear it were meant to hear it, and those who weren't. All right. Thank you, Divine, for having my back. Do you guys know every time before I start the show, I light incense and I pray, asking the Divine God to guide my mouth to keep others awake and plugged into reality and able to detect the lies of this wicked system of things that is operating by the demiurge. The Gnostics called the force of evil the demiurge. I really like the Gnostics, the early Christians. They were murdered by the Crusaders and those who sought to start the cult of Catholicism. The ones who murdered Jesus' best friends. They think of the math that constructs our entire reality as something called Sophia. They call it the Matrix, which is what the is it Coen brothers? Matrix, Coen brothers? Wachowski siblings, little sisters, wrote about. The Matrix named Sophia, and they call the devil the demiurge, and they call God the divine. So interesting little nuggets there for you guys to go research. I have a Scottish accent. My uncle was a Mason. Bert, if you'd like to send me a DM, please send me one. I'd love to have a chat with you. My ancestors come through me pretty strong every now and then. I start talking in some sort of British accent somewhere in the continent of Britain. I know it's my Pictish ancestors coming through. My maiden name is Welsh, so I'm not sure at what point the crossover happened. I'm sure it had to do with, the British and their interference with the Scots. My people fought with Wallace. My people are a very, very rowdy bunch. We can throw fists and then hug each other right after. My father is Pictish descent, and his family were Druids. And at some point, the Knights Templar got a hold of my family, and they became Masons. I think I have pinpointed it in my genealogy where that happened. I think it was at the sale of the farm that they owned very high up in the Highlands. Yes, and in order to keep that farm in the family, there was some inbred action happening up there. And then eventually they made their way over to Canada and Nova Scotia, and then Pennsylvania, and then Tampa, Florida, and then Lake City, Florida, and then Suwanee, Georgia, where I was born, in the hills of the Appalachia. So actually my true self, and this is my true accent, I talk a little bit with a twang, But the showbiz Luna has been taught to clean it up a bit, and it makes it a little easy because my mom's from Trinidad. Her people call her one of the trained ones. It's so derogatory. She had British school teachers, so my mom says things like bird and turtle, so that's why sometimes I can mimic a British accent slightly okay. It can sway and go into a little bit of the South African or Australian, oh no, whatever. All right. Born and raised in Tampa. What's going on? That means our people probably crossed paths. I got 14 people on tonight at 11:30 at night. I love all of you so much. You guys make this like such a joy to do. This is the reason why this next video. This is a fresh video too. It's 11 hours old. But this is the bold and the brazen coming out of New York City now that they think that they have a little bit of political balls to drop. Watch this shit right now. This is what happened, and this is what happens in my mom's home country of Trinidad. Right here, coming to you fresh, live in New York City, Queens, New York City. Here you go. I love NYC. I got family there. Good for these men. These men. Men who haven't forgotten they're men. That the male brain is wired to come to action when he hears screaming like that from a woman. Go all these dudes. Watch this video. I saw this video before. I wanted this shown on purpose because I happen to find men attractive. And I don't mean it sexually. I'm saying we need men around. This is how they're supposed to behave. You should be capable of violence, choosing when to let it out. And this would be a very appropriate instance. And every man in this video, if you have a woman, you better not be giving him shit for this. You better be making him feel like a king over this, because that's a man. You got a man who will go to battle for you and take a bullet for you. Don't be like, I can't believe you got in a fight and you might go to jail. No, you got you a man and you need to worship that. Shame on the ones standing around. This one nigga got him good. Oh, sorry, y'all. My ghetto came out a little bit. You'll see the guy who got him good. Look at him standing over him. Look, he mad too with the green shoes. And the other, he's still getting smacked by the other dude that's still behind the column.
Get that, nigga.
Yeah.
Somebody try to tell you something, chill the fuck out. Now you
Ladies, you hear that man talking all that smack? That's an attractive man right there. That's marriage material right there.
got it.
Instead of that fat fuck getting off the ground in his suit trying to look like he all fucking with a chain and everything. I am so glad. You know what? Someone said this video was a while ago. Well, I just found it 11 hours ago. Look, I don't care when it was. Thank you for telling me that. But I don't care when it was. That's man right there. Y'all are hearing it from me on Thirst Trap News. That is what women like me, men are. Okay? So, y'all hearing it from me. Blackwater fish is dead man tell no tale. We know he's a southern man. My Florida neighbor. I'm a Georgia peach. I'm from Georgia, so you know. Dead man tell no tale. I know that. All right. Next video. Mamdani is holy war.
Knows that none of this is in vain, that this is all jihad, that this is all ibadah, and that this is all counted for by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so the conversation of doxing, the conversation of getting arrested and suspended, I think it's time for Muslims to start to say, all right, so what? Do what you want. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, because it's about time to do that. And
oh, really?
I know everybody has their own family.
Really, Beige? Well, you know what? It's about time for us Christians to do what we gotta do. There is such a thing as holy war. Not all of us turn the other cheek. Even Jesus flipped a table. It's coming down to that. You think you're going to put one of those on my head? Oh, this brown girl's people too rowdy for that. Y'all got me all fucked up. I ain't that kind of brown. No, ma'am. No way, no how. You ain't putting one of those on me. My husband can tell you forthright, you'll get good from me.
And has an education and everything. It's just a question. We don't want to get doxxed, and we don't want to get suspended, and we don't want to get arrested. How gangsta are you? That's just my question. How much are you willing to do
Ain't
it?
you cute? How gangsta are you? Listen to her with her black scent coming out. Oh, now you using a black scent too. How gangsta are you? I don't know. More gangster than you because your people beat you into submission. You ain't gangster. Your people beat you down. Literally. Every American woman is more gangster than you because you don't see a fucking jihad on their head. Period. A burqa, whatever it is on their head. You don't see that because we'll fuck you up. We will fuck you up. Try it.
And I know everyone has their own risk levels, but at the end of the day, that's a question.
Hey, the real Huckleberry came in just in time. Just in time for Luna to get fired up. She tried to challenge us. She said, how gangsta are you? We don't got that on our head.
To ask ourselves, how committed am I to this? To what extent of my personal material gains am I willing to sacrifice for this bigger noble cause? And subhanAllah, I truly believe that when your heart is in the right place, if you get suspended, if you get doxxed, because it's bound to happen when you're doing a righteous cause and when you're doing something for the sake of Allah here in the West, it will never ever be in vain. And
nobody even knows what the fuck you're saying anymore. Never be in vain. You ain't never. Oh, y'all, we gotta bring it when it comes. This shit makes me mad. This shit makes me more mad than the Zionists. This shit makes me more mad than the trans. The trans ain't nothing. The trans is bitches. Man, just look. Say a bunch of shit about Trump, hand the trans a gun. The rest is story, man. I'm more scared of this shit.
The true believer does not fear that because the true believer knows that the akhirah is a promise. The true believer knows that none of this is in vain, that this is all jihad, that this is all.
This is not a. This is. They're calling for it. Here we go. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what I did? I did something really smart about 5 years ago. Well, I took Krav Maga. If the Israelis teach it to the women, I think I should know it, right? Interesting. I'm gonna have to just like hashtag Team America in this whole thing because this whole chat had me dying. Oh my God. How gangsta are we? How gangsta are American women? We about to show you. We about to show you how gangsta we are. If you can't already see it by the fact that we don't have a burqa on our heads. I saw a lady coming out my neighborhood, and I hope she sees this because once when I first moved in, I seen her without a jihad. Now, 4 years later, I see her with one. She's an American woman. Ooh, people, it's real. It's real. Coming to a theater near you. All right. We got Daddy Trump. He's talking to Mandami. This man has diamond nuts and he flops it on the desk whenever he so sees fit. And I am here for it.
President, your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zorhan Mandami, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zorhan Mandami?
Well, then we'll have to arrest him.
Come on. We had to meet it early because I'll get a copyright strike. Hey, let it play just one more time. Just the beginning.
Your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zorhan Mandami, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zorhan Mandami?
Well, then we'll have to arrest him.
I'd love to see a president that's educated on all the laws available to him. He is a fucking amazing president. I love Donald Trump. Trump was right about everything. You know what? I'm going to have to wear my Trump freaking sparkly freaking Trump 45 cat jacket on the next episode. Trump is amazing. I loved Reagan too, but you know what? Trump, I like alpha men. So for me, Trump's going to have to take it over Reagan because, you know, Trump is like King Kong, man. It's a sexy thing to watch with his humongous comb over and his horrible spray tan. They don't get it. Why we love him. They don't get it. These women with daddy issues. They don't have the right kind of daddy issues. Their daddies were too good to them. You know, Daddy Trump. It makes you just want to bend over and take it. You know? They ain't ready for that kind of talk, folks. You know, if I had won my run, AOC would have had a run for her money with me. I would have been having a blast with her right now over this government shutdown. But you never know. A run might be there for me in the future. I'm just waiting for the local establishment to start shitting bricks and bothering me in my channel. When that happens, I know it's time for me to, you know, pull my red bottoms back out. All right. Dearborn, Michigan. We have another city that's proven it's been taken over by people that hate America. Dearborn, Michigan. Let's blast them.
الموت لأمريكا! الموت لأمريكا! الموت لأمريكا!
Not a great look. The mayor condemned it. The White House condemned it. But what about Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib? She reps Dearborn. Is she okay with her constituents chanting death to America? Fox Business correspondent Hillary Vaughn asked her. Watch.
Congresswoman Tlaib.
Fox News. I don't talk to Fox News.
At a rally in your district, people were chanting death to America. Do you condemn?
I do not talk to Fox News.
But do you condemn chants of death to America?
I don't talk to people that use racist tropes.
What?
Why can't you just say whether or not you condemn people chanting death to America? Why are you afraid to talk to Fox?
Fox News is not listen, using racist tropes towards my community is what Fox News is about, and I don't talk to Fox News.
Is death to America
I would have killed to be that reporter right there. Oh my God.
racist? Is chanting death to America racist?
I'm talking about your guys' racist tropes.
I want to protect America. Will you condemn this?
You know, you guys know exactly what you do. I know you're Islamophobic.
Her extensions are terrible, by the way. Miss Rashida Tlaib. You should get on a treadmill.
But you guys got to go deal with it on your own self. You're not going to use me.
Listen, I don't think you should be able to hold office if you weren't born here. If you are constantly telling your constituents in America that you are representing the people from your home country just as much, there is a motherfucking problem, and you need to get the hell out of that seat and let a natural born citizen be there, albeit maybe socialist, but natural born. I don't want a socialist there. I'm just saying, if I'm going to be fair, get the motherfucking bitches that are born here out of our lawmaking. What the fuck? This is common sense. Like, hello, Donald Trump, can we please visit that one? I hope you've been watching my streams. I really hope you have. All right. I want to make a massive point about the fact that burqas are horrid. And to that girl who said, you want to see how gangster we are? This is exactly how gangster we are, because this is why you will never see a woman in a burqa. We are not going to let anybody else walk around in a burqa either.
So just imagine that you're walking down a dark street and you see somebody wearing one of these things, and you don't see the eyes, you don't see anything. All you see is this trash bag looking thing approaching you. Mm-hmm. And you don't know what's going on. You're in a city, maybe you're in Rome, maybe you're in London, maybe you're in Berlin, and you don't know what this is behind you. This is called a burqa, all right? And you never have a real idea who is underneath the burqa. They say it's about religious expression. I don't know what expression this is, Many countries and many different political parties in these countries are calling for a ban on the burqa. This burqa is oppressive to women, number one. Number two, it is a security threat. You do not know who is underneath of these. Many times, men will hide under these burqas so that they can get away when they've committed crime. Remember the bomber in London, or there was some terror attack in London where the man tried to escape the country wearing a burqa? Remember all the various times that people have robbed stuff from stores wearing these burqas and just getting away with it because you could never identify them? So Islam is a religion of deception. It's called taqiyya. Everybody knows the part about taqiyya, where you are allowed to deceive the infidel. This is one of the easiest ways to deceive the infidel. You can get away with anything under these burqas. I stand with all the parties in Europe, the United States, the United Kingdom who say ban the burqa. There's no place in Western civilization for these things. Get rid of it.
There you have it. There's a tactical reason why you should be against it. Who the fuck eat that shit? Who's under that? All right. Next video. Let's go to the chat. It's called a threat. Absolutely. Just in time for Halloween. Well, somebody missed it. What time and often do you go live during the week? I go live on average about every other day. Sometimes I give you a bonus surprise and I come on live, but I usually give a warning. I put out a post first. If you want to see the replay in better quality, go to YouTube, Thirst Trap News. It's like way better quality than you guys are seeing here. And on Sundays, for my subscribers that I'm about to set up, I'm going to do the nightcap episode will now be for subscribers only. And that is my lingerie episode where I have a whiskey and a smoky smoke. And yes, Skeeters, Sterling. Interesting name. Sterling is like one of my favorite names because of the cartoon Archer. And Skeeter is the nickname my grandmother gave my favorite cousin, one of my favorite cousins on my dad's side. He says, Islam is a cancer. It is also a political ideology. It does not deserve the protection of religious liberty. No, it does not. Shula 11223 join, and Slick Rick. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you here. All right, next video. Nicki Maga Minaj.
Since Nicki Minaj publicly thanked Donald Trump for recognizing the massacre of Christians in Nigeria, she really hasn't seemed to back down. After she thanked him, the White House posted a video using one of her songs, and she reportedly posted this very nice comment in response. And
she's from my mom's home country.
One of her outraged fans responded to her thanking Trump by saying, "We live in a country that wants to weaponize religion so your gay fans can be pushed into a corner and silenced." She allegedly responded in a now deleted tweet, "Imagine hearing that Christians are being murdered and making it about you being gay." If you're not a Nicki fan already, you should be now.
Exactly.
And on top of all of
I've
that,
always been a Nicki fan. In fact, Nicki Minaj looks so much like my mom. They're from the same country. She looks so much like my mom that my kids thought that she was my mom on TV when they were little. And they'd be like, "Oh my God, look, there's Mimi." And I'd be like, "No, that's not Mimi twerking on TV." But she's got that signature look, you know, that high yellow black look, the big teeth, big smile like me, the white high cheek, really, really high cheeks, big apples, very Asian eyes. Yeah, you can see it in Nicki, the Blasian in her. She's beautiful and she's smart as shit. She's a boss bitch.
she responded to a Trump administration official with this very polite tweet, and she made this very nice tweet about Elon Musk. You've got to respect someone who speaks their mind, even when they know it's not necessarily going to land well with their base, and I got to respect Nicki for this one. Since Nicki Minaj publicly thanked Donald Trump for recognizing the massacre of Christians in Nigeria, she really hasn't seemed to back down. After she thanked him, the White House posted a video using one of her songs, and she reportedly posted this very nice comment in response. And it doesn't stop there. Reportedly, one of her outraged fans responded to her thanking Trump by saying, "We live in a country that wants to..."
All right, that was just to catch anybody up who came in right when that was starting. All right, so yeah, Hollywood is picking sides. Like it's starting to happen. And when I went out to LA, I met people there who were conservatives that had to kind of be in hiding and like not let people know. There's a whole conservatives men clubs for actors out there. I think it's interesting how it seems to be that like Hollywood tries to leave little Easter eggs for you where they try to show you the truth like in plain sight, and it's just up to you to pick it out. All right. Next video. Church is so gay.
Let us confess our faith today in the words of the Sparkle Creed. I believe in the non-binary God, whose pronouns are plural. I believe in Jesus Christ, their child, who wore a fabulous tunic and had 2 dads.
This is ridiculous and annoying already. However, I will say that the God, the all, the everything is not a gender. It's beyond that. But God manifests into lesser gods which have gender.
And saw everyone as a sibling child of God. I believe in the rainbow spirit who shatters our image of one white light and refracts it into...
What the fuck is this fucking woke shit? It's called the Sparkle Creed. They said, what in the name of Hades is this? This is such a disrespect to the dichotomy of masculine and feminine spiritual energy. This is so gross. They have literally gone as far as they could go to wipe out any semblance of the fact that God created masculine and feminine.
A rainbow of gorgeous diversity. I believe in...
What in the name of Hades was that? That's pagan.
It's not even pagan. It's beyond all that. It's not even pagan. Oh, don't. Pagans are so misunderstood as well. Don't get me started on a rant on that. We're not ready for it. We got to save it for a Sunday.
Take progressive Christianity serious at this point. It's just a joke. It's a meme of itself. This is the kind of stuff that pagans would do.
No, it isn't. Pagans do not disrespect Jesus Christ like this. No, they don't. Not the pagans he's talking about, which, by the way, the word pagan just means non-Christian. He's talking about progressives. This is a political movement that's infiltrating religion. People who are spiritual would never do this about Jesus Christ because it's not honoring his story. And I can't stand the term pagan because it's derogatory. Because there's no such thing as a pagan, just the same way there's no such thing as a witch. There's just conscious awareness. It's really all it is.
This is not Trinitarian. It's not Christian. It's not Orthodox. It's something entirely
And Skeeter
different.
Sterling makes a wonderful point that these are the same lunatics who will defend Islam. Exactly.
A lot of these
When something violates your human rights, it's not of God.
churches are closing. They've just become so irrelevant because they're seeking to be relevant. I miss the good old days when the ships were wooden and the men were men and the women were women, and we had heretics that were,
Well, honey, from one pagan to a priest, me too.
Solid heretics like Arius, not this clown show.
Listen, that's going to get me off into a whole other rant about pagans and spirituality, because Christians consider spiritualists pagans, but they don't even understand that spiritualist is what got them into existence in the first place, because that's what Jesus is. Anyway, 3, because we have to show them the juice video. Hey Keith, glad you're with me. I'm almost at the end of my show. Stick with me. Hi Shauna. Almost at the end of the show. All right, next video. Finally, we have some MAGA new metal. Brace yourself.
There's a certain kind of fucked up file that's fucking pedo in nature. And this particular kind of fucking file that puts our...
All right. Yikes stripes. I don't want to get like a copyright. I don't want to get my live ended here, because that's what will happen when they hear fucking music, because Meta just fucking sucks. Eat a dick, Meta. All right. So, this page is Let's Play in portion. Sick and Wrong podcast put this out. All right, play.
Children in danger. I'll tell you now, I'm gonna protect my own. Don't know what the fuck you do.
Pause.
But I know of...
I don't know if I can make it through this regardless. Someone's asking which zoo did they escape from? Don't get my live booted. Go ahead.
Certain type of machine that I'd like to put this fucking file through. This piece
Hold
of
on,
shit
pause.
likes to...
She's got to be a cool ass mom though. Like, you know.
Roam the neighborhood, stop by school to watch kids play. But little does this fucking fine know he'll be the wood chipper's next prey.
Okay, play. We can pause. Oh my. She was just talking about putting a dude through a wood chipper. She's trying to put a nigga through a chipper. Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I grew up country, but that's what we got alligators and pigs for. I don't gotta watch it go down. That's a joke. Public domain. That is a joke for those of you who've lost what the sense of comedy is. Sometimes I go through my comments and I'm like, people do not understand humor. It's cool though. Oh, hey, remember the guy like almost got his like ass kicked by that badass black chick, by that badass like gay stud black girl in the women's gym locker room. This guy, she really did protect women from an actual like abuser of women. She really actually did. So fuck this fake trans douche in the locker room.
So you can see what's going on.
Pause it. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now before we even get into this. He has to keep up an act because this is the terms of his probation/parole. Go ahead.
So I have multiple updates of the man you just saw, Grant Freeman. I will not call him Alexis because he took that name from one of his previous victims, his former wife, Alexis. Grant Freeman beat his wife so bad he broke her jaw and required surgery. He was arrested. He spent time in jail. I got another update that nobody else has because somebody sent this to me in a DM. And there's no way for me to prove any of this. This is all alleged. All I have is pictures and the words. But prior to going to jail, he decided he wanted...
Except there's like 12 or 15 videos that I saw with the same information.
To get special privileges and posed as a Jewish person.
Oh, shit.
So he could have special privileges in prison after beating his wife half to death. Another one. And these were all so conveniently uploaded right before he went to prison in 2020. These were...
You could tell he's a fucking actor.
Were all posted to his Facebook page. In 2019, he appears with a woman and a child. I'm assuming that's his former wife. And when he gets out of prison, what does he do? He decides he wants to live his life and take the name of the woman he abused. Took her name, Alexis. I will not call him that.
That's disgusting.
I mean, are you serious? He made an appearance on TMZ, put on some lipstick, put on some earrings, and talked about the woman who reported him at the gym. And this woman has said, and others, that he was just hanging out in the gym, just all natural in the locker room with all of his junk out.
Y'all would have seen me in jail for kicking him in the nuts.
multiple times.
I'm telling you, my husband knows it's true. I would have called him and been like, I'm going to jail. I kicked a guy in the girls' locker room in the nuts. And he'd been like, all right, I'll meet you over there.
A day, frequently in the locker room. Don't get it twisted. This man is an abuser of women, and he's trying to push himself into our spaces. I still stand behind Tish.
You could see the crazy in his eye. He looks like Patrick Bateman. Like fucking, what's his name? The actor's name. Christian Bale in American Psycho.
She had every right to be upset with that man's thing out in the locker room. He's got to go. I don't even know if I truly believe that he is.
He needs to be let loose among all those prison boys. He needs to be put in a man's prison with this story. Actually, with this story going public, just put him around a bunch of immigrants or a bunch of Muslims. I don't know. See what happens. I don't know. Put him around a bunch of conservative men. I think he'll find Jesus real quick.
Truly transgendered and wants to become a woman. I think he just likes harassing women. I think that's just it. Also, I did.
Oh, hi, Hilton. Stop lying. You would have dropped to your knees in a New York minute. Really? How about prove it? Since you're just being a troll. You can't prove it. This is my show. I can pull up about 3 people to prove my case. You ain't nobody, Mr. Hilton. Hilarious. Yay, we have a troll in the chat. What should we do about it, boys? Should I let him stay? Should I let him help me get some views? Mr. Hilton 19102, who says I'm lying, that I would have been a puss if that man was in the gym. Think I would have been... Oh, hey, Ryan. Do you think I would have been a puss if that man was in the gym? Here, let me give you the microphone for just a second. They don't have to see you. Tell them what I would have done to that man.
A crime that carries a life sentence.
Okay, there you have it, folks. Can't go into further detail because we are in a public space. All right. Are we done? Are we done trolling? No, I'm asking Mr. Trolly Troll with no profile picture. Conveniently, with no profile picture. I'm asking if he's done trolling or if he would like to have a little more fun. All right. Let's see the rest of the video.
See that Gold's Gym came out with a statement that said that they do not own that location. Even though their name is all over that building, it's owned by somebody else. And I did not see a statement by the owners of that gym saying one way or the other, but they did still revoke her privileges for filming in the locker room, even though she filmed him fully clothed, that she filmed as proof. I personally am very loving and accepting to all people. I think if people want to live out their truths their own way, I am all for that. This is not the case with this guy. He just likes to abuse women. Let's not get it twisted on him.
Yes,
Talk about it in the comments, y'all.
Yes, he does. Thank you, my dear, for explaining that to people. We need women like you to point out all you internet sleuths. I love forensic internet sleuths on the internet. They will find out anything and everything. And by the way, let me just last add to Mr. Hilton 19102. Go to my profile page and scroll down a little bit and you will see me with a bullpup shotgun. And you will find out how far I will go to my knees on that video. All right. The very last video. It's a good one, folks. We're going to leave with a bang. How do you feel about juice?
Everybody hates the Jews.
No, don't say that about the Jews. They're anti-citrus.
You need to leave town now.
Anti-citrus. Why does everyone hate the Jews? I thought we were friends.
First of all, you refer to yourself in the third person. It's annoying, and we're not friends.
But I thought the Jews was your greatest ally.
No, you're not. You blackmailed buns with child
Yes,
pornography.
God bless him.
You know, that was just really messed up, bro.
That's a bless your heart
no,
moment.
That's anti-citrus.
Anti-citrus.
The Jews would never do that.
Just leave town and never show your box here again. Alright, listen, punks. You're gonna give me $6 billion, or the feds are gonna find child pornography on your hard drives. Everybody.
All right. Oh my gosh. It was a fun night with all of you folks. I love it when the trolls come crawling in. That's how you know you're doing something right, folks. You know? All right. This is episode 21 down for the books. I love all of you. I hope you have a good night. Mwah.
Truth with a curve, baby.